Imagine you are driving down the highway, cruising along, and suddenly your engine stutters. Maybe you feel a distinct lack of power when you try to pass someone, or even worse, you see smoke trailing behind you. Then that dreaded orange check engine light pops onto your dashboard. If you have pulled the code P2146, which stands for Fuel Injector Group a circuit open, take a deep breath because we are going to break this down together. This code is a generic powertrain trouble code, meaning it pops up on everything from a Dodge Ram with a Cummins engine to a Chevy Duramax, VW, Audi, or even a Mercedes Sprinter. Basically, your car's brain, the engine control module, or ECM, has lost contact with a specific group of fuel injectors. Think of your fuel injectors like high-tech squirt guns that are electronically controlled to spray the perfect amount of fuel into the engine cylinders. They replaced carburetors years ago to make our engines more efficient, but they rely entirely on a steady supply of voltage to open and close. When that voltage is interrupted, the injector simply stops working, or works erratically. The group a part of the code is a bit of a variable. It refers to a specific set of injectors, which could be bank one, or a specific pair depending on whether you are driving a 4-cylinder or a big V8. So you will want to check your specific repair manual to locate Group A on your engine. This is a serious issue because if an injector is not spraying, that cylinder is just pumping air. We call this a lean condition. Running an engine lean is dangerous because it gets hot, really hot, and can cause long-term damage to internal components if you ignore it. You might notice the engine idling roughly, making strange noises, or refusing to climb steep hills. Now, before you panic and buy expensive new injectors, you need to know that often this is actually a wiring problem. These harnesses sit right on top of the engine where it gets incredibly hot and vibrates constantly. Over time, insulation rubs off, wires break, or connectors get loose. Your first move is to pop the hood and physically find that group of injectors. Look closely at the wiring harness. Do you see any copper exposed? Is the plastic looming melted? If you see damage, a simple repair with some heat shrink tubing might save you hundreds of dollars. Also, check the connectors themselves. Sometimes water or oil settles in the valleys of the engine and corrodes the metal pins inside the plug. Pull them apart and look for green or white crusty stuff. A can of electrical contact cleaner is your best friend here. Spray it out and make sure it snaps back together tightly. If everything looks good on the outside, you need to grab a multimeter. You want to perform a continuity test. Set your meter to the resistance or ohms setting. Disconnect the battery and the harness and touch the probes to each end of the wire to make sure the signal can travel from the ECM to the injector. If the meter shows infinite resistance, you have found your broken wire. It takes a little patience, but tracing these wires is the best way to solve P2146 without throwing money at parts you do not need.